Gladiator 2 is the sequel to the epic Gladiator, which starred Russell Crowe and was released back in 2000. Legendary filmmaker Ridley Scott returns as director, and this was written by David Scarpa and Peter Craig. The film summarises after his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome. Lucius, played by Paul Mescal, is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past strength to return the glory of Rome and its people. Now, of course, I have seen Gladiator, but only once, and it was back in the spring of 2019, which was 5 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted there. I just realised how long ago 2019 was. Ooh, gosh. But I loved the first film. It's a very well made epic action revenge film with an excellent leading performance by Russell Crowe and being up against Joaquin Phoenix. Like a lot of others, I can never forget the emotional and heartbreaking finale, and along with the song We Are Now Free by Hans Zimmer and Elisa Gerard. Here we are now 24 years later with Gladiator 2. In my opinion, this is a sequel that I feel did need to exist in the first place. However, the film was pretty good, and when I left the cinema, I was entertained. Wink wink. What makes this sequel entertaining is the action sequences. Just like the first film, this is also brutal, gory, and all in all very violent with so much popcorn fun action. This is one of the reasons why this film shouldn't be missed on the big screen, and I guarantee you will be entertained. Wink wink. Furthermore, the technical aspects were very well executed. I feel Ridley Scott returning as director was the right choice for Gladiator 2. The way he directs in recapturing the world is extremely well in detail and scale. The cinematography, production sets, locations of returning to Malta and other parts of the world, props, hair, makeup, costumes, and also the CGI. They were all impressive because of their level of precision. The film has a stacked cast with all of them delivering great performances. Paul Mescal as the protagonist named Lucius was excellent. I thought the character himself was fine, but I didn't feel the same levels of engagement as I did with Maximus. But still, Paul Mescal did a fantastic job performing the same skills and mannerisms as Russell Crowe's Maximus did. His conflict and goals I found to be believable when it came to revenge, betrayal and freedom. But back to the cast. We also have Joseph Quinn and Fred Heckinger as these two brothers who are the emperors of Rome. Also, Connie Nielsen returns as Lucilla, plus popular star Pedro Pascal as Marcus Acacia, who I found to be one of the two most interesting characters in the film. But the standout to me was Denzel Washington as Macrinus, who is the other most interesting character. Washington steals every scene and moment in Gladiator 2. You believe in him having the time of his life, of performing his unforeseeable role. But it should be no surprise to everyone by now because it's Denzel freaking Washington. The guy has been doing this for a long time now, and he's an expert in his craft of acting. So when it comes to Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington being the most interesting characters, is for Lucius and us the audience to experience and understand these two individuals' different perspectives and motivations on the corruption and power of Rome. But what is more interesting is that at the beginning you think they are obviously on this side, but later on through the story they are actually on that side in different ways. Look, I just find that piece of character development to be solid writing in Gladiator 2. Regarding the script, it is not completely original and not different towards the first film. It has a familiar and similar screenplay that the first film provided based on story structure. So, in my opinion, it does not provide a huge amount of fresh storytelling, depth, and change for the Gladiator franchise. But of course, with having a title called Gladiator, I would expect some similarities anyway. But still, there are of course some new additions. For example, the film makes the stakes and challenges go higher for Lucius and the other gladiators. This includes these killer and dangerous monkeys, the Colosseum being filled up with water and sharks. Look, I know Gladiator doesn't really always take itself seriously. It's a bit of a mixture of being serious and not. But unfortunately though, I wasn't a fan of these creative choices. For my taste, it felt over the top and too much, but I'm sure there are some viewers that will love these choices. I was okay though with the rhino scene. That was just fine. I will say that my biggest issue with this sequel was the final act. It was rushed. There was so much shown in so little time to be squeezed in to achieve the 2 hour and 28-minute duration. It wasn't at all as thrilling and satisfying as the film's climax. In the end, I liked Gladiator 2, but I didn't love it. I think visually and technically there is a lot to be entertained by with the fantastic action and performances. A script with not much depth and difference compared to the first film, but still, had a good time watching this in the cinema with a busy audience, and it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you can find the biggest UK cinema screen. I'm going to give Gladiator 2 4 stars out of 5. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please let me know your thoughts about the film in the comments below. Feel free to watch another video and check out my social media sites. Links are in the description below. Have a wonderful day, and until next time.